Well, good afternoon and welcome back to the Little French Homestead. If you are new to my channel, my name is Sherry and welcome. So if you've been to my channel before, you know that I used to live in New Hampshire and now I'm in Central Florida. But there was one recipe that I always loved living in New Hampshire. But since I've moved down here, I found a different recipe that my family really loves. It is for chicken fried steak. Now, the best chicken fried steak that I've had was actually at a restaurant down here in Florida, but because it is a big staple down here in the South, it is the epitome of comfort food. The reason why it is called chicken fried steak, because the breading on it resembles fried chicken. So for some people who have never had it before, it can be a little confusing. For those who aren't familiar with the dish, you want to know where the chicken comes from, like the name. But that's where it comes from. So what we are going to do is I have already bought some cubed steaks. Now, if you really want, you can go and get some nice beef bottom rounds and you would hit it with a cubed mallet till it's like almost a quarter of an inch thick. And that way it cooks very evenly on both sides. You want to make a dredging station and a flour station. So I will go ahead and link the recipe down below for you. The one that I found that is absolutely delicious. So in your milk station, I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of milk and 1 egg, and you want to whisk that thoroughly together. In your flour station, you're going to add, now this is the recipe, even though I've doubled it, it's a 3/4 cup flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons of seasoned salt, preferably a Lowry salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground pepper, and then you're about 1 to 2 cups of oil to go ahead and fry it. You can also use, I've seen Crisco, I've seen, somebody added some oil with some butter in it to give it another little bit of a golden brown crisp. I just have straight oil in here, vegetable oil. Excuse me. Now, what you're going to want to do while your oil is heating up, you are going to go ahead and dredge. Your best way to dredge this is to do it in the flour mixture, do it in then the milk and egg mixture, and then go and double again in the flour mixture. You can go ahead and set this on a wire rack, but unfortunately I don't have one. Excuse me. I got a little tickle in my throat. And then you're going to want to go ahead, and I've just sent them on a paper plate. I actually have 8 that I am doing, so I have doubled this recipe up a little bit. We have guests that are eating over tonight, so that's why you may see a little bit of extra food here. Once you go ahead and dredge, excuse me, I am so sorry. Once you have dredged all of the cubed steak, you are going to go ahead then and fry it. Now, you want to go ahead and make sure that the oil is covering your steaks, because you want to make sure you get it on both sides. Even though you are going to go ahead and flip it, at about 2 to 5 minutes, you want to make sure that the meat is, excuse me, you want to make sure that the meat is thoroughly cooked inside. So, use your best judgment on how high. You don't want it so high that you're going to brown all of the breading and burnt it all before the inside is cooked. So what I personally like to do is once you go ahead and heat it up and you stick that first piece in, probably as you're getting ready to flip it over, go ahead and just turn the heat down from a medium high to a medium, and then that way everything should come all out good and crispy. Alongside with this particular meal, I am doing some beef rice. Now, normally I would use my own mixture up of some beef rice, but there was actually a sale not too long ago of some rice-a-roni beef flavored rice. It was buy one, get one free. And about a week and a half ago, I accidentally opened that up, not knowing I still had some more of my beef rice mixture down below. Well, when I found that out, I wanted to use mine. Excuse me. And so I recovered it. Well, I am all out of now my beef, and I really wanted to use up that rice with this one because it was opened, even though I did have a Ziploc bag over it, so no bugs or any air could get into it. I did need a little bit more flour for that very last one, which was not a big deal. I didn't want to over put flour in there and waste it. We're also going to serve a side of corn. Once I go ahead and get all of this ready, we're going to go ahead and fry it. Now, I also, too, you want to make sure that not only is the oil nice and hot, you also need to make sure that you don't overstuff it, because that will bring the temperature of your oil down, and it's going to take a lot longer to cook. So once we go ahead and put all of this in there, we are also going to make the gravy. Excuse me. Now, also too, before you go ahead and put all of the flour on it, I forgot to tell you, you want to make sure you pat dry all of the cubes. I had previously done that, not in the video. I had previously patted them all down. Now, once you go ahead and get all of your steaks done, you can use some of this oil to go ahead and make your gravy. But I had done a video a while back making homemade gravy specifically for this. And I've only used it a couple of times, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick show. I used 1 cup of the powdered mix and 2 cups of milk. I used 2% milk, but you can use whole milk, whatever you have on hand. And I'm going to go ahead and whisk it up. It was actually kind of funny when I was talking to myself a little bit later on. I was wondering why it wasn't heating up. Well, I had it on low, the gravy. You want the gravy on high. You want to be able to bring it up to a boil, because then you're going to go ahead and whisk it all around and make it nice and thick. I think the 1 cup to the 2 cup ratio on that, the gravy turned out to be thick. I did end up adding in a 1/2 cup more milk, like after I had turned everything all off. And we could have probably used either a little bit more milk or a little less mixed based, but it was absolutely delicious no matter what. Everybody who ate this meal tonight really, really enjoyed it. And I think we only had a little bit of corn leftovers, and that was it. Now you see me mixing it all up. You can see now that it's really starting to get nice and thick. And now we're about to go ahead and plate for dinner. So I added a little bit of corn to my plate and a little bit of rice. And then I added that delicious chicken fried steak right onto it, and some nice beef, I'm sorry, not beef gravy, but some nice country style gravy onto it. This was a superb dinner. I will go ahead and link this recipe down below, as well as my gravy video, so then that way you can go ahead and take a look. I just want to say thank you so much for coming into my home today. I really do hope you enjoy these videos. Please go ahead, like, share, but also too, throw down a comment. Give me your recipe. I would love to hear that and see that. If you make this, please leave a comment. Let me know if you made it and see how you like it. And as always, I really appreciate every one of you who watched this. This is an absolute delicious meal. And go ahead and click my link so you go ahead and follow me for all the updated videos. Thank you, and keep on cooking. Bye.